Hey YouTube, doing another little quick educational video for you. Today we're going to talk about why magazine disconnects are a thing. And if you don't know what a magazine disconnect is, it's when by the way, you always have to have been safety checked and unloaded. It is when you remove the magazine or prevents the firearm from shooting. Why is this? Well, for several reasons. One, it's because it's mostly a training issue in which when people go to clean their pistols, they sometimes don't check the chamber to see if there's a round in there. And accidentally shoot themselves or others. Another reason is if you say you're a police officer and you're in danger of having your weapon taken from you, if you have the presence of mind, you can drop the magazine and they take it as you drop the magazine as they're taking it and they turn it against you. The gun does nothing and is worthless. Those are two of the bigger reasons of why it exists. And in these three cases, disconnect doesn't affect the trigger pull at all, compared to Browning high powers, which unfortunately has a negative effect on your trigger pull. Or in the cases where pistols that don't have a magazine disconnect, such as the Glock 17 for instance, most modern pistols don't have magazine disconnects for either the trigger reason, like on the high power, or is more of a case of if you lose the magazine, you could still utilize your firearm, or in the case if you're reloading in a hostile situation, you are still able to fire, as like say if you fire and you're doing a tactical reload and someone approaches you trying to attack you and you're in the middle of swapping magazines, you can't fire it until the magazine is in. Which is another aspect of why magazine disconnects have, for the most part, kind of got away. I think Smith & Wesson and I believe there's one or two other companies that still implement magazine disconnect safeties in their guns, either because police agencies mandate it has to have one, or certain locales require it in pistols for them to be sold on the civilian market. But for the most part, it's kind of went the way of the dinosaur in the early thousands, along with the most widespread and well-known versions of it. These two in particular, the Smith & Wesson double-action, single-action handguns, and the Browning high power being the two biggest magazine disconnect safety pistols out there. And that's also why these things became way more popular afterwards. Also, this is basically the pistol that pretty much killed all these and similar type handguns out there. At least in law enforcement and somewhat in military use. Anyway, I just wanted to do a quick little ramble video and some of my thoughts on this whole thing. And hope you have a nice day.